Now, as far as our son going out, by that time we were like, yeah, no problem. We wanted to meet her. She was great. He took her over to meet my mom. I mean, it was just, we just didn't care. I mean, it's again, it was if they were a good person, and that's all that mattered to us, and if they were kind to each other, and if they treated each other well. And by that time anyway, I was kind of wanting them to date somebody of color. We needed some color in our family. So, but yeah, no problem with Matthew. And it was just a comfort level.
How do you perceive the difference in today's world for black and white couples as opposed to when you were growing up? Do you feel there's a difference in public family acceptance?
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. I grew up in the 70s, late 60s, 70s. So at that time, I grew up in San Bernardino, when San Bernardino was a great place to live. My dad was in the Air Force, and we had, the black people were being bussed in. So the only black people that I was introduced to were the people that came in on the buses. And of course, my perception then versus now is a whole lot different than what it was at that time. Then it was fine, it was good, but what I didn't understand is that they were being bussed in from the other side of the tracks, quite frankly, and the area that they were being bussed into, not that it was a great, wonderful, beautiful place, but it was definitely a lot different than where they lived. And there was a lot of, they didn't want to be there. At that time, I didn't understand that. I thought it was great. They could be introduced to, a better way of life. That's what I was being fed. And I think the media probably had a lot to play with that too. That this is what we did. We were the white saviors. We went in and, saved, the black people and brought them in, introduced them. But that's as far as it went. We still didn't introduce them into our neighborhoods. There was riots. We had race riots when I was in high school. As far as black and white couples, no, there wasn't any. And it was definitely frowned upon. We did have a friend, I will say this, as far as the couples, one of my best friends was Cuban. And I mean, she was 100% Cuban, but she was still to this day a friend of mine. And there was also a girl that was biracial in our in one of my groups. But we never, she was actually one of the popular girls. But we never talked about it. She was just a friend. But I don't remember ever going to her house or anything. And now I wonder, I would love to talk with her and find out what her feelings were at that time. The media, yeah, I mean, it definitely played into it, because the only black people in the media at that time were thugs and crime bosses and just not very nice people. They were dope addicts and whatever. Nowadays, it's really awesome that they are portrayed as family people, as good people. And I'm thrilled. I'm just thrilled. I love seeing the media now that they're portraying them as what they are. So yeah, I think it does play a part in it. And the media is, I think, trying to right the wrongs of what they have done in the past. And I support that 1000%. That's why I'm being interviewed, is to give a truthful statement as to what it was like growing up as a white person and how I perceived black people growing up in the relationships. And I've grown. And I'm thankful.